Welcome back to GMA. As we examine the impact of gun violence in this country, President Biden meeting with New York's governor and New York City's mayor this week to discuss how to combat the problem, including the role of community intervention programs. ABC's Zachary Keish is here with part one of his in-depth reporting. Good morning, Zachary.
Eva, good morning to you as well. We're learning more about these credible messengers, specifically in Chicago. We know that on average, these are black men in their 40s who have been exposed to the criminal justice system as early as the age of 13. On average, they've spent about 7 years behind bars. There's a small percentage of women, but almost to a person, they've been exposed to incredible amounts of violence. But the real work is about leveraging relationships. Gun violence intervention work in Chicago doesn't happen in the corner office or the coffee shop. Data published this week by the Chicago Police Department shows 219 people were shot in January of this year. 48 were deadly, a decline of 9%. In 2020, the city of Chicago invested over $10 million in violence reduction strategies. Their job is to de-escalate and defuse potentially violent conflicts.
Nothing surprises me over here as far as what you'll see.
Patricia Hilliard, a violent interrupter who nearly lost her life as an addict, tells me you got to meet the people where they are.
I used to run through these vacant lots right here. That's where I used to live. And I was in the midst of all the madness, you know.
Now a salaried employee with benefits, her employer, the Institute for Nonviolence, is part of a patchwork of programs in the city offering social services, mediation, and even food through credible messengers.
I've actually been able to intervene with guns drawn. I may go over here and talk to this one by himself, and I may come talk to this one, just to avoid a shooting.
Marcus Mitchell was a star basketball recruit, but the allure of fast cash and street life, his environment, never allowed him to realize his potential. Those failures fuel his work today.
I made bad decisions that led me to the streets. Thank God I turned my life around, and now I'm in the community helping the kids not make the mistakes that I made.
Programs like these are taking shape around the country, from Baltimore to New York. President Biden showed his support in New York this week with Mayor Eric Adams. His Build Back Better plan proposes $5 billion in federal aid for community-based interventions. But that legislation is currently stalled in Congress. Northwestern University's Neighborhood and Network Initiative, out of the Institute for Policy Research, is leading the way on how these programs operate and if they're effective.
But even during COVID, even during this national surge in gun violence, we're seeing positive direction. So the question is not about, did they, reduce violence by 50 or 60%, but how many lives did they save today?
When Emmanuel Yates was shot in October, he knew he needed help, providing a safe outlet and the tools to quiet his mind and the appetite for revenge.
For me, it's just being able to, if I only reach one person that'll listen to me, and I can get them right here in my face, and I can get them in my car, and get them to the office and follow up with me the next day, or they follow along with whatever information I can provide them to assist them. That's a small goal, but I'll take it.
The idea of outreach workers isn't new. It actually dates back to the 1940s. Now, tomorrow, we'll look at the environmental factors in a group of organizations in Chicago trying to build the human infrastructure to help elevate these communities from the inside out. Eva?
Zachary, important work. Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.